Alright, this is Eternal Blade, and welcome to part 5 of the kitchen tutorial. In this part, we'll aim to do the refrigerator. So, to begin with, I got a couple of images. The first one I googled was this one. I googled refrigerator display, just so I could get a picture of this ice thing. We'll use it in the textures later on, just to, use it as a texture instead of having to do it manually. And the next image that I got was of a refrigerator. So this one I thought looked pretty cool. Pretty simple, sophisticated looking design. Shouldn't be anything too difficult, but that's what we're going to be doing. So save this and follow along. So to begin with, I guess we can, use this to start off with. So use the scale tool. Actually, no, let's not even do that. Let's go into the left viewport here, and let's just select one of these sides and bring it in. Now, on the refrigerator, one of the sides is bigger than the other, so we're gonna do something similar. So this is gonna be the fridge side. This is gonna be the freezer side. Pretty simple. And then the doors are lifted up a couple inches off the ground. We're gonna lift them up about that much. So that should be good to start off with. Let's select this edge here. Actually, let's isolate the selection. There we go. So select this edge and chamfer it. And we're gonna actually give it quite a big chamfer, maybe 6 inches with 12 sides should be good. I want it nice and smooth for the actual renders. And let's select these back pieces here and just bring them in. So what I'm doing here is basically making the door. Okay, let's select everything. Effect pivot only, centered object. And let's just make it slightly thinner. There we go. Now select, let's see, this polygon, this one, and this one. Control click the edges, chamfer. Now make these a lot smaller. So maybe 0.2 with 3 edges. And that didn't work, so chamfer again, 0.2 with 3 edges. And there we go. Actually, I think 0.2 is a little bit too little, so let's try 0.4. There we go. That's decent. Okay. So there's one of our basic doors. And now let's draw the shape that's on the door. So make a, I guess we'll do it with a box. So make it about this big. And convert to editable poly. On the left hand view, and let's just size it up. So best way to do that, I guess, is look at it. So it's about, it's good. Well, I guess we can try this for now. So make this a bit shorter. Alright, now what we're going to want to do is select this edge here and connect and bring it out. Not too much, but just enough. Select both these edges and connect. Oops, one at a time. Connect, connect. Press 1 and select the verts, and then bring them out just to even everything out. And then select this edge right here, or this polygon, and rotate it 60 degrees, and then do the same with this one. And in case you're I'm looking right here for the angle. Alright, next select all 4 of these edges here, loop, and then chamfer, and then give them relatively large chamfer with just one side. Okay, I think we can actually, well, let's add the turbo smooth already. Give it 2 iterations. And so we can take off that end and that end, I guess. Actually, no, let's not take them off. Let's leave them. And then we'll select them and extrude them by a little bit. So extrude them once, and then apply and extrude them again inside. And this gives us something like this, which is not bad. Now what we need to do is go into the vertices here, select all of these vertices, and just rotate them like that. So we get this kind of nice curve in there. That way when you turbo smooth them, the entire thing is curved. Alright, now let's flatten up these things. So bring these up, and then actually spin the front here to do this, and then bring these like this, and then do the same over here. So bring these up, or down I guess, and then I'm going to fade these in, and there we go. We have the first one done. So next, let's just as a stand-in piece here, we'll add a little. Actually, no, I don't even want that symbol. That'll just make it bad. So let's go back in here, hide that. So now we have this and this. Shift drag, copy, and then mirror on the Y, I think is what we want. Let's just double check which way it curves, so that's perfect. So select this one and go into the left viewport here and scale it in. Just like this. There's a bigger gap in here, so just be aware of that. And the same viewport, just try to get these the same size. So that's not bad. Okay, next let's work with these. So F3 and bring it in, leaving just a little bit of space. Okay, so I'm actually going to scale both of these down just a bit, maybe 80 and 80. I just thought they were a bit too, I don't know, a bit too big. And I don't know why this happens, but sometimes some of the lines disappear. But oh well, doesn't really affect much, so just some random thing I noticed. So now on this door, we're going to have to make a couple more things occur. So select everything, connect, give it 2 connections, pinch them a bit, and slide them up. This is going to be basically where the ice maker is. Or not the ice maker, but where you get the water from and stuff. So let's see, right about there seems good. Okay, select this, inset, surface. There. Okay, now go to your verts and just drag these over. So if you go in your left view, just drag them right to about here. Alright, now with this, let's see, do we make this big enough? These things need to be closer in. So select this, move it over, select this, and move it over to match. Because this thing needs to be a bit larger, so move it over there. Alright, now what we're going to do is take this and extrude it back a bit. Okay, and then select whichever polygon this is, this one, and drag that back as well. It doesn't really affect anything, so we just need to have a little space here for cups and whatnot. That's just about good. So first select this edge and this edge, chamfer, and then make it kind of big. This will give us a nice kind of smooth surface, and you can increase the number of subdivisions here. Okay, and then select this polygon, control click, get rid of that line, actually chamfer 3, so I kind of hate doing this because I don't know how that's going to work in the end. Let's actually select these. Yeah, we'll do this for now. And we'll just do one chamfer here. Actually, 2, I guess. Just to round it off a bit. Alright. Next, let's actually select all that stuff we just did. And then actually we'll put a reference box first. Okay, now select everything and move it down a bit. Because I forgot the ice tray isn't actually that big. There, it's only about this big. The rest is for the display and stuff like that. So, make another box and make it right about here. Okay, go in the left-hand viewport, convert it to an editable poly, and let's just line it up like so. So that edge to this edge, up there. Now I'm going to make the basically the display housing, the little cover that covers it. So select these edges here, connect, 2 connections, and bring them out to about here. Okay. Next, select these bottom 2 polygons and extrude them to about here. Apply. Only apply once though. And again. Okay. Finally bring it down to the bottom. Apply. And here. Okay. Select this polygon and bridge. And again, make sure you save. So let's see, this is part 5. So 5. And I don't know why we have 2 of these. I've sworn I didn't make these, but oh well. delete all these things if you accidentally did the same thing I did, and then select these and move them up. Okay. Pressing 4 to get to the polygon mode, select these and bridge. Alright, that's not bad. And delete your reference box. Delete. So next, let's select all the lines, go on left, and then deselect the internal ones. Like so. Perspective, and let's chamfer them. Oh, go on the top and make sure you deselect. What do we want to deselect? That one, that one, that one, all these. So basically all the outside edges except for the corners. And I think that's all of them. So give it 3 of these. Okay, next in the top viewport as well, let's go here and make this pretty small. So about there, just so it barely comes out. And now let's adjust the thickness here. So this is going to be a bit taller. Bring this down a bit, and then press 2. Connect with, say, 3 of these. Give it 0 pinch, and then bring that down, and then bring these back up, just to give it a little bit of a wave. And then this top one here, actually no, not all of them. Just bring these down a bit, and then bring the middle one down a bit more. Okay, and then here, let's connect with the same thing. Select the top vertices and bring them up, and then the middle one up a bit more. Okay. Let's just see how Turbo Smooth works on this. See if we have any artifacts. So each of the corners, this is not going to work. I don't think we need it, but so that's good. Finally, let's do it on here. So connect with 3 and move it down. Actually, only the bottom ones. So move it down and then a bit more. Okay. So that's looking pretty nice. We can maybe bring these down just a bit, and then let's bring these up. Select the refrigerator itself, and I guess bring these down just a bit. There we go. And the bottom, I guess we can bring that up just a tad. Okay. That looks pretty good. Okay. So there we go. We have that little piece done. Inside here there'll just be a texture, so what we can do right away is make a plane like this, and bring it out just a bit. Left-hand viewport, convert to editable poly, and just bring it in like this. Just so when we're ready, we can apply that texture to it real quick. Alright. Now I guess we can make something in here. Let's isolate these two things and see what we can make. Alright, so let's go up here and make a tube like this. Make it pretty thin. Okay, convert it to an editable poly. And kind of squash it a bit. Rotate it, and then sink it in. That seems a bit large. Not to mention off center, but so let's select this, select all these things and move it up. Leave it about there. Select this, press 1, and move it up to match. Alright, that should be good. So exit isolation mode, and let's see, wow, we're zooming all the way around. So hide those. Let's check our image here. So I guess it's similar. We can always change it, but for now, that's pretty good. Next, let's quickly add a box or something. So we can make a box like so. Go to the top view. F3, convert to editable poly, and simply adjust it. Adjust this side, and adjust it to back. Alright, and then go to the front and adjust the height. Make it a little bit below. And over here, you can get it right spot on. Okay. Press 2, Control A, chamfer. Do 0.2 with, I guess, 3 segments should be fine. And there we go. Now we have the rest of our refrigerator. Okay. Ooh. I guess I know the thickness of this, so select this, and actually let's just select all these vertices here, left, and these ones, perspective. Let's just get rid of these and bring it forward. to around here. And I mean, I know that this thing actually goes inside the door. It's thicker than the door itself, so let's bring it back just a little bit. And then select the actual refrigerator. And let's make a couple cuts here. So connect here, connect again, select it this way, connect on the left hand viewport, and do it about here, and one more, connect, right there. Okay, select this polygon here, simply extrude it back in. There we go, now we've cut out a nice little space and no one can tell. So lastly, for the refrigerator, let's do the bottom. So we basically have a grill and then some little feed things. So let's see what we can do here. For the grill, let's just make a small something like that. And there's about, maybe 4 of them. So 1, 2, instance, 3, 4. Select the first one, and let's scale it in just a bit. And of course the instance doesn't work that way, so let's delete these. Convert to an editable poly. Scale in just a bit. Okay. Then press 2, Control A, chamfer. And let's see, make the chamfers a little smaller. 2. Right, that should be good for the grill. So go to the top. F3 and align it to the front of the doors. Okay. On the left hand viewport here, go up to here and then go 1, 2, 3. And let's actually spread those out a bit more. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then they're probably not directly at the top, so let's bring it down just a bit more. There we go. Next, let's make a quick wheel cover. So, perspective, bring it in. And these are going to be, let's see, convert to editable poly. Let's see, we want to connect and then connect. And let's do one more. Okay. I'm going to do this on this side just to make it easier. I'll invert it later. So just extrude them out and give it another little extrusion. Give it a turbo smooth. Okay. Select this edge, loop, just bring it back. Okay. Select this edge and this edge, loop, and then control click and scale these inward a bit. I'm trying to loosen the form, and that's not bad. So E, rotate 180, and there we go. So go on the left viewport, and make another one, Okay. And line these up right to the edge. And then use those to line up the grill. Alright. Next, let's make one more box. Okay, convert to an editable poly. Bring this down. And to there. And to about here. Okay, let's make it. Whoa. It's an interesting plane for it to be on, so let's delete that. And then let's make another box. Like this. Now let's align it. So convert to editable poly and align. Alright, right about there is good. And bring it up. Okay, delete that little bar. And let's just scoot this back. Go in the front viewport. Okay. Select this edge and select this edge. Extrude just by a little bit. Oops. Okay, then select the bottom polygons and extrude. Alright. And lastly, bring these 4 pieces back just a bit. Okay, isolate the selection. So we're going to want to make this button ring connect. Bring it forward. Give it a turbo smooth. Okay. Next, we're going to want to select these and connect. And connect. Okay. Lastly, let's take these and take these. Scale them in a bit. And then select this, connect, and slide it down. And do the same over here. Okay. That should give us a decent looking grill. So X isolation mode. And there we go. Again, this is barely going to even be in the scene, so we can always add to it later if we need. So that pretty much sums up the refrigerator. In the next part, we will do probably the stove or the sink.